Come on, Lorianne, it's about to storm. Okay, Mom. Hello? Huh? Wait. That was the first death in Derry in 30 years. You're probably wondering, what kind of sick clown would kill a little girl broad daylight in the middle of a storm? Well, this just isn't any clown. This is the clown. It, the clown, Pennywise, the dancing clown. This is the original It. Oh my God. Yo, I know dang well this clown did not just eat this little girl in the middle of the day. He didn't even take her whole body. He just ate her arm off. You know the biggest difference between Pennywise and the new and the old movies is that at least in the new movies, he takes their whole body down to them sewers. You know, the kids just go missing. This one don't always take the kids with him. He just eats parts of their body and leaves them. Now you're probably wondering who the heck is this black guy? Like, is that Tia and Tamara's father from Sister? Well, actually, that's Tim Reed, AKA Mike Hanlon. And you're probably like, oh my God, Mike is an adult? Well, that's something else that's different about the original It. You see, part 1 of 2017 It starts with the kids and their perspective. And then in part 2, you get the adults' perspective. But in the original It was like a mini series that came on ABC. So all of these different episodes add up to this one movie. So the perspective is through the adults the entire time. And everything you see about the kids is through flashbacks. It's very important to give you that context because now we're about to meet Billy. Billy in his wild habitat, writing a story that'll probably never get published. And if it does get published, it'll probably get turned to a movie that's gonna flop at box office. The monster slowly caresses her body as he waits for his victim. It's midnight. A party just erupted, and this monster is feeding on his prey. Dangerous, dark, evil, a demonic spirit, one that would capture his prey and never get caught for it, except for the one time he did get caught for it, but then he actually got off pretty easy. They just gave him a transportation for prostitution charge, even though they caught him with 1,000 bottles of baby oil. This monster is P. Diddy. Yo, my man Billy got a wife in this? Did he have a wife in the new movie? I don't think he did. Anyways, Mike is calling everybody in the Loser Club, starting with Billy. Hey, is this Mike? Yes. Who is this? Man, it's Mike, man. Hey, listen, man, it's come back. It came back? No. And in this moment, we get Billy's backstory and the sad final day of Georgie's life. It's pretty typical to the 2017 It. I mean, he gets the sailboat, goes down in the cellar, acts like a big pussy, and then he goes and sails his boat. Look at the fake rain though. Like, you can tell this rain is fake, bro. They got sprinklers over him. Yo, at least this Georgie doesn't smack his head on the barricade like the other one. 2017 Georgie's an idiot. And here's Pennywise. Hiya, Georgie. Aren't you gonna say hello? Don't you want a balloon? I'm not supposed to take anything for strangers. Why's your nose red like that? Shut your ass up, kid. Listen, I'm Pennywise, the dancing clown, and you're Georgie. And we're not strangers anymore. Georgie, don't you want a balloon? It's all sorts of stuff down here. Rides, trampoline parks, Ice Spice. Ice Spice is down there? Oh, I want to go down there. Does the balloon float? Of course it does, kid. When you're down here with me, you'll float too. And just like that, Pennywise ate Georgie. And Billy started hallucinating. Like right now, look at this photo album. Georgie's pictures winked at him. Why is there blood flying out of this photo album? Must have been that time of the month for that photo album. Mighty get him some pads. Anyways, Billy snaps back to reality like Eminem in 8 Mile. And he decides he's going to stick true to his promise. That he's going to go confront Pennywise and stop him once and for all. Yo, Billy, hold on. Real. I sound like Billy. Y'all just heard that? Well, it sounded like I was trying to do the remix. But I ain't gonna hold you though, Billy. You got a crazy mole on your face, boy. It reminded me of that Austin Power joint. Moly. Somebody get that growth off his face. Anyways, here's Ben. And I'm not gonna lie. My man Ben, once again, rich, got the shorties with him, drunk as hell. You know, I don't think he was drunk in the 2017 version, but it doesn't matter. All you need to know is that in this version, he ain't just some fancy businessman. He's getting the hoes. Riz is outrageous. Bro, he got a Time magazine? Yo, stop playing with him. You know they called him Haystack when he was a kid because he was built like one? They called him Cattle. Oh yeah, I love your body, baby. Oh, me too. Oh. You know, I used to be a fat kid. Yeah, like a butterball. You like that? Hold on, my phone's ringing. Ring. Pick up the phone, nigga. Ring. Hey, pick the phone up, cuz. Yo, hello? Hey, man, it's Mike, man. What's up, man? This Haystack. Yeah, it's him, man. What's up, bro? What, you need a couple dollars or something? Hey, man, shut your ass up, man. I don't need no money. I mean, hold on. How much money we talking? Hold on. Never mind, man. That's besides the point. Listen, man, it came back, man. It came back? Well, what you mean it came back? And that's exactly what I said, man. It came back. Now get your stuff together and get over here pronto. Don't take your fat ass to that roof and jump off either, man. We need you. Enter Ben's flashback, where he gets made fun of by Belch and Henry Bowers, the worst people of all time. Well, mainly Henry Bowers, because who told him to dress like this? Bro, are we watching Grease right now? Why does every douchebag got a leather jacket and swoopy hair? You know what I just also noticed? They didn't really flesh out Henry Bowers' character that much in this original one. I mean, you know, in that 2017 one, we got that whole story about his dad being a cop and him kind of being abusive, but we don't get any of that in this, which is crazy because it's 3 hours long. Anyways, my man Ben leaves school and he meets Beverly, the love of his life. Anyways, after talking to the love of his life and finding out that he's getting curved like a protractor, he runs into Henry Bowers. And in this one, Henry tries to carve his name in him, but he gets kicked in his nuts first. I guess back then they didn't want to show some kid getting a name carved into him. Makes a lot of sense. But anyways, my man Ben starts running and somehow he fits into this pipe. I don't know what type of Mario Brothers shit he was on, but how in the hell did his big ass fit in this pipe? Bro, it ain't no way that this pipe was big enough for him to fit in, bro. Now I know that's mad ayo. I'm talking about big pipes right now, but that's besides the point. Don't be asking no questions and you ain't gonna get no silly answers, all right? Anyways, Ben meets Billy and Eddie. They're down there working on a dam right now. For some reason, I don't know. It's 1960, so I was gonna make an Angry Beavers reference, but it's 1960, so I don't think they would have ever seen that. Now you see, my man Ben stays in the house with his mom, his aunt, and his cousin. Now you see, his dad died, so his mom's been put in a little tough predicament. So they gotta stay with a douchebag aunt and his shitty cousin. Kind of like Harry Potter, except for Ben doesn't have to live under the steps, and he probably wouldn't be able to fit under the steps because he's fat, but that's besides the point. Now Ben gets into it with his cousin because his cousin finds and starts reading the poem that he made for Beverly, and his mom is trying to reason with him like, look man, I know that you hate it here, but we gotta just lay low, be quiet, bide our time, everything will be fine. But obviously my man Ben don't want to hear that. He rides off into the sunset on his bike, which I don't know how it's holding him because he's a big boy. That bike has no shocks on it. Like I know them tires were screaming for dear life. So he goes down to the creek, and this is his first encounter with Pennywise. See, my man Pennywise and shapeshifted into his dad and acted like he was still alive. Son, Ben, come here. What the fuck? Dad? Hey son, hey, my home's down here now. Come on, you want a balloon? They float. And after scaring him half to death, he then tries to grab him out of the swamp as some algae covered skeleton. What the fuck is that? Bro, are we in Resident Evil? What is that? Now we have Beverly, who ended up with somebody that's just as crappy as her dad. Beverly went through all of that just to end up with a douchebag. Cycles, I tell you. I mean, look at him, telling her not to contradict him again in front of Pam. Who was Pam? I mean, it's the woman that just left the room a second ago, but that's besides the point. Either way, bro, you know how this is gonna go. Kind of like it did in the 2017 version. He goes home after he strikes a deal. But you know, in this one, you got this whole interaction with them at work and they work together and she's some sort of like designer. But I don't think any of that happened in the other one. But in this one, her beating his ass didn't change. Bro, she just smacked him dead in his head with what seems to, what is that actually? Is that hair product? Bro, I ain't gonna lie, she smacked fire out of him with that jaw. Look how it thudded on his forehead. Oh yeah, he definitely got a concussion. And if you ever come near me again, I'll kill you, Bev. You need me, Bev. Bro, I ain't gonna lie though. Well, you know, it is the middle of the night and a guy called and she's going to Maine. So, I mean, is he tripping? I mean, yeah, for hitting her, but I'd be worried too. Like, what is going on? But I mean, I guess he could have been a better partner and asked her to explain it to him. Bro just decided to strike her and then went and got a belt out of the closet. It's like a random Saturday night at Chris Brown's house. So she goes to Maine. And then we get her flashback story where her dad tried to beat her because Ben wrote her a poem. You're already running off with a 12-year-old boy? No, Dad, I'm not. Get off of me. Get back over here, Bev. Won't you make me say it again? No. And then she runs off and ends up meeting up with Ben and goes to the Barrens where she gets introduced to Billy, Eddie, Richie, and Stan. Now that everybody's met each other and they call Stan a Jew, which I don't even know if that's allowed to be said, but I mean, it is what it is. They build a dam. You know what? I'm just wondering, why are they even building this dam in the first place? Like, what are they trying to accomplish with this? Well, it looks like Beverly has the hots for Billy, which kind of sucks because she ends up thinking that Billy wrote her that poem, but really it was Ben. Now she goes home and we get the infamous bathroom scene where dead kids are talking to her through a sink. Beverly, help us. Help. Wait, who are you? I'm Matthew O'Connor. I'm Victoria Newman. We're the dead kids. You know, if I saw a giant balloon pop out of my sink and explode with blood, I'd probably move out. I mean, she should have already moved out because her dad's beating her, but that's besides the point. This would have been the straw that broke the camel's back. Bro, there's no way that this man, Eddie, completely random. I know that we jump from Beverly seeing a bunch of blood in the sink and her dad caressing her face like a weirdo to Eddie still being with his mom. Bro, you are a grown ass man. Well, it's time to get Eddie's flashback and everybody's in the movie theater. Hold hold on. First off, there's 2-floor movie theaters? Bro, I've never been in a movie theater that had 2 floors. I don't know if it's because I'm just in a small town and my movie theater isn't that big, or if that's because they don't exist anymore, but that's crazy. But anyways, everybody is being loud in this movie. Like how y'all gonna be loud like this? Anyways, they done spilt a whole bunch of drink on the top of Henry Bowers and his friends and popcorn, which is kind of crazy because they are insane. Why would y'all do that to them? Just asking to get smoked. Now, eventually they all dip off and they end up taking Eddie home, and they get confronted by his crazy mom, who tells them not to take showers with the boys this week, to stay away from germs, which makes no sense. Like, why would you tell someone not to wash up, to stay away from germs? Like what are we talking about? It's like his mom's never heard of antibacterial soap, and that's the problem with that generation. They're all dirty. All right, I'm just kidding. I have no idea how the hygiene was back then, but it probably had to be worse than now. So my man goes to school and he almost doesn't take a shower until his gym coach stops him. And Lordy, I don't know why this kid went in to take a shower by himself, but this man Pennywise done turned all of the shower heads into some freaky shit. Because what is going on right now? Bro, this looks terrible. Like, what type of category on the hub was this? Shower head porn? Like what is going on right now? And how did Pennywise just break open the ground like this? Bro, I ain't seen nobody make a hole out of nothing since Bugs Bunny. Oh my God, does Pennywise have Toon Force? This dude Pennywise right up there with Bugs Bunny and Popeye the Sailor Man. Anyways, it's time to hear from the homie Richie. Let's see what he's doing. Look at him, bro. He's a comedian. He's on TV. He getting paper. Sheesh. So he goes backstage and he gets on the phone. And Mike Hanlon tells him that it's returned, and he starts freaking out, bro. I mean, he goes home and starts to hallucinate and see some sort of werewolf. I don't even know what's going on right now. Anyways, after throwing up in the toilet, which you probably think is from the flashback that he's seeing in his head, but it's really from all the Xanax and coke he's been snorting, we get Richie's flashback. You know what I don't realize? Like, this scene right here that they're at the Barrens, who is this cop? You know, we see him one time, he makes some promise to stay together, and then we just don't see him again. It makes me feel like, yo, is this cop Pennywise and he's telling them to stay together so we can get them all at once? Then again, he always is trying to isolate people, so maybe it wasn't, but I just really don't see what the relevance of this cop is. Now, something I gotta say that I respect about Richie is that every single time my man Henry Bowers shows up, he's always standing up for himself. Hey, look at the scene right here. Bro done pushed a whole tray of food on Henry. I mean, it led to him running into one of the teachers with a tray, and now he's got to go down in the basement to go get something to clean it. But that's besides the point. He was looking for the janitor, but he doesn't find him. And instead, he finds a werewolf.
What the dog doing?
Bro, this man done got grabbed up by Teen Wolf. Should have never seen that movie. The whole time, it's obviously Pennywise shapeshifting. But look how traumatized he is, bro. He's literally laying his head on a dirty ass toilet. Like, I know we all messing with the skibbity toilet, John, but I ain't know we was messing with it that much. Bro using the toilet as a pillow. He going out sad. Anyways, but now we get the flashback of Mike Hanlon. And you know it's going to be bad because, I mean, it's 1960 and he's black. But you see, my man Mike Hanlon is a history buff. And he's kind of come to a conclusion that every 30 years, some sort of travesty happens in Derry. And at some point, 253 settlers just randomly disappeared. Now, that might have been around the time that Christopher Columbus came and he took every indigenous people's land. I'm just kidding, but I just wanted to make that known that he did do that, and they tried to teach us in school that he's some sort of hero. It's really crazy, but you know, it is what it is, right? This is America. All right, my fault. But Mike runs into Henry Bowers and gets called the N-word a bunch of times, and he ends up running away straight into the Losers Club. But this time, they got a whole lot of rocks, and they're not afraid to use them. Literally, though, they just start throwing the rocks at him, just like in the 2017 version, except for in this one, they got crazy aim. Like they started beaming their ass. God, bro, they are smacking them with these rocks. And anyways, Mike is showing them all these pictures of all this stuff from Derry, and in every single one, there's some random clown. But he's not random, it's Pennywise. I mean, that's just what he's on. Look at him all the way back. What was this, like the 1800s? Oh, he kind of going crazy right now. This dude hitting all types of flips. Uh-oh. Yo, this dude just ran through this photo album and started talking crazy. I'll kill you all. I'll drive you crazy. And I'll scam you. And then you'll go bankrupt. I'm gonna buy a Trackhawk. But then, most importantly, I'll kill all of you. The worst nightmare you ever had. Whoa. Well, let me stop you right there, because the worst nightmare I ever had is listening to Ice Spice's new album. Gives me shivers thinking about it. Anyways, this leads to Billy crying after Stan finally admits that he sees the clown. Please, help me. Man, shut your My bad, I just stuttered because that's what Billy does. Oh my God, hold up. Why is Mike seeing footprints on the ground? Oh, nah. That would have been enough for me, man. I would have left there. I don't even know why they came back. They tripping. Anyway, speaking of Stan, he gets a phone call too. Stan's having a great time. Look at him. His wife's having a good time. He's having a good time. Hey, man, it sounds like he's real sound, bro. Mentally, emotionally, and he killed himself. Bro got one phone call and off himself in the bathtub, just like in the 2017 version. I didn't know if they were going to keep this in this one or not. Bro though went upstairs to take a bath, bro. Turned the water on, took all his clothes off, and decided that he was going to smoke himself. So they're trying to figure out who in the group can shoot the best. And obviously, it's Beverly. I mean, she looks like the type that can smoke some shit. I ain't gonna lie. She hit 10 out of 10. Bro got perfect scores. Now, they all decided that once they got Beverly, the best shooter in the group, that they were going to go into the sewer. They found some silver because for some reason they think he's a werewolf. Don't ask. But Richie got it out of his mom's jewelry box. Now, the problem is Henry Bowers and his gang are following him into the sewer. It's going to become relevant later. And by later, I mean in about 5 minutes. Just wait on it. Now, all I got to say about all of this is that sometimes in life, you go into a sewer to fight a primordial clown. And then you go down there and realize that not only is it dirty down here, but it smells like a pet store. And that would have been enough for me to leave. I'm just saying. Anyways, Henry Bauer and his group split up, which is probably the stupidest thing to do in a horror movie. Uh-oh, they done found the clown nose as soon as they got down there. Wait, hold on, that's not a clown nose. Wait, what is that? That's like one of them things on his sleeve. Shit look like a Furby. Bro, look at this kid walking around by himself, bro. You know he about to get smoked. Bro, hold on, what are those lights coming down the hallway? Is that Soul Glow? Is Bruce Leroy coming? Oh, never mind, it's Pennywise's deadlights. And he's dead. Must be hard walking all alone in a dark tunnel. 1 minute everything's cool. The next minute, Pennywise's deadlights are turning you into a pack. Oh my God, did they just grab Stan up? How come none of the kids notice Stan is missing? Is it because they just didn't notice or because they don't care? I'm gonna go with the latter. They clearly don't give a Hold up. What the fuck? What is this place? Why are you cutting all of his buttons off? Yo, Henry be on some freaky ish with this knife, bro. And here comes the lights once again. Behind door 1, we have deadlights. Oh my God, yo, it's sucking him up. Hey, yo, what? How is he going down the pipe like that? I mean, pause, that was crazy, but how did he fold him up like that? Uh-oh, and they're coming back. Bro, they came back for round 2, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, did y'all see how Stan just dipped out? Oh my God. Yo, editor, please rewind this moment real quick, cause ain't no way my man Stanley hit the dash like this. Bro saw them lights and started hitting the digital dash. Bro started moving like Need for Speed. Now, Pennywise done chased them all down this corridor. He tried to hit all of them with them lights. Yo, hold up. What's up with this smoke screen? Uh-oh. Somebody just hit us with a Black Ops tactical. Guys, are you here? Yeah, we're here. Here. Oh, what the fuck is that? Is that the Undertaker? Now, Pennywise is down there hitting them with all types of shape-shifting. Georgie, Bev's dad, the werewolf. My man Richie had to hit him with the ain't nothing there. Now, the food tastes way worse when they're not afraid, you know? But when they're scared, it's like they just taste immaculate, you know? Salted, like they've been basted with lime and butter. Yo, he about to eat Stan. But my man Eddie walked up and told him this is battery acid and hit him with that mean. And then Beverly hit him in the forehead with some silver. Yo, he just hit a front flip. This man Pennywise done went down a pipe and started making all types of crazy noises. No, he's dead, guys. He's dead. I swear it. Bro, that dude is not dead. They should have followed him down and made sure he was dead. I ain't gonna lie. I'm with Billy. I mean, but how was they gonna fit down that pipe? They're all like average sized kids. I mean, outside of Ben, because he's a fat boy, but there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a fat boy, you know? Me and Ben have a lot in common. We fat, we get money, we get hoes. All right, well, I don't get that much money. I am quite a ladies man, but I've left those days behind me. And by behind me, I mean, if you're pretty, hit me up. Now, Shorty done went upstairs to go check on Stanley. He walked in the bathroom and oh my God, Anna Baker. 13th reason, I ain't gonna lie. Bro done slit his wrist. Sheesh. I guess they kept it the same in this movie. Stanley done smoked himself. He was in there going through it, I ain't gonna lie. Now here we are. All the kids have went back to Derry. The one place in the world they shouldn't have went. Cause why in the heck do you think it was a smart idea to return to where this clown is? My man Billy done went to go see Georgie and oh my God. This dude Pennywise done made graves for everybody. Except for one that's already filled. You know, the one that had his mans in it. Unfortunately, it's Stanley. Hey, Billy boy. I'm just making some graves for all of you. Except for that one over there. Your man Stanley already in it. Gave us something to hand a Baker treat. Nah, that shit go. But I'm about to put you in here too. You in that fat ass mold. Now, Billy don't link that with Mike. Him and Mike kept catching up. And he's asking Mike why he never left. You see, my man Mike, he kind of feel like the lighthouse of the group. Somebody got to stay and be an anchor. He's staying in his old crappy house, just like before. Talking about this is all I need. It's cheap and reliable. And I got beers in my refrigerator, just like a 40-year-old man. Well, he might be like 50. I don't know. I really don't know how old he is right now. He got a graze. Anyways, they end up going out back. And Mike tells my man Billy that he kept his bike, that he felt like some sort of power was drawing him to get this tube fixer, and he felt like he just needed to pick the bike up from the pawn shop, like it was some sort of destiny or something. Not to be confused with that trash game that everybody played for like 2 or 3 months and then never touched again. But anyways, he's got his bike, Tahoe Silver, and he ends up seeing some sort of flashback with him and Stan on a bike. I don't know what happened or what they were running from, but I don't know if I want to know. Anyways, my man Richie's in town, and he done seen his death get prophesized on a movie theater board. Talking about here lies Richie Dozer, rest in peace. But we end up running to the library, bro, and he get to tweaking. My man Pennywise is in there talking to him. What's the matter, Richie? One balloon not enough? Try a bunch. So these balloons get to falling on people, exploding, and it's just blood all on their face. This dude Richie is losing his ish. So Pennywise being loud as crap. My man Richie has no choice but to tell the librarian that if Mike calls, to tell him that he's gonna meet him at dinner. So bro end up dipping out. See, Pennywise, he don't really want to fight these guys. He just wants them all to leave. You know, it's hard to manipulate them when they were kids, but as adults, it's like impossible. And he knows that. So instead, he'd rather just get rid of them. He even got my man Henry in on the fun. Used Belch to break him out of this crazy house he was in, and pretty much made him sign a deal with the devil. I need you to kill them all. Kill them all for me one by one. Yo, who was you talking to? First and foremost, I would have told Pennywise to back up, because with teeth like that, I know his breath is crazy. Secondly, stop telling me what to do if you ain't gonna drop that bag. Go talking about, I need you to do this. Well, I need you to pay. You fail me. Anyways, I'm getting completely off topic. Mike and Billy get to riding around on Silver, acting like it's back in the day. I ain't gonna lie, it was having mad fun. Till they opened up cars and put in the back. The 2 aces dropped. Cars got Pennywise face all on them. Can't do nothing. So my man been driving to town, and he ended up stopping at the Barons. And he sees another fat kid getting picked on. This time, he's there to help. Hey, fat kid, you good, man? Let me clean that up with this nasty infected water. That's probably gonna help the cut. Not only did he put that nasty water on him, he then tied the handkerchief around it. Still trying to give him gangrene. Now my man Ben, he helps the kid out, and that crazy nasty skeleton get to talking to him. You know, one from before. We all float down here, Ben. We all float down here. Bro, he even saw Pennywise on his way out of town. Bro put a balloon in the back of his cab talking about get out of here. Man, stop playing with me, cuz. I ain't gonna lie, I would have put 100 racks on Pennywise's head. Somebody would have got him out of here. I know Ben got the bread. Gotta use it sometimes. You feel me? Now my man Eddie get to popping up at the pharmacy. You know, the one when he was a kid. Now Mr. King, he tried to tell him that he was taking placebos, that his mom had him taking some bullshit, but he wasn't listening. So we go back in there to get his asthma pump. And Mr. King's still there. But they're asking him for licorice and drinks and stuff. Knowing dang well he can't have nothing. Talking about you got a cigar for me. Man, you don't even know what to do with a cigar. I ain't gonna lie, he probably would have rolled some Zyme up in that joint. Anyways, bro done channel Pennywise through him and grab Eddie's arm up, telling him to get out of town now, go. Once again, that gingivitis is hitting, bro. You need to put a Listerine strip back there or something. Hit the back of that tongue. God, now Beverly in town too, and she go back to her old house. You know, the one that she grew up in. But there's some old lady in there. Now she go to the bathroom. Old lady out there making tea and all that. She get to messing with the sink. Now I ain't gonna lie, every time you done came to this sink, kids done talked to you, blood done came out of it, and for some reason, you gonna go back to it. Man, I don't know what race is the most stupid in movies, but it's probably white people. I ain't gonna lie, but no disrespect. Now she out there drinking with this old lady, and there's blood in her tea. First and foremost, oh nah, put that up. I ain't gonna hold you. What the fuck? What is that? How you gonna give me blood in the tea? What you trying to give me, a bloodborne pathogen? She's talking about I'm gonna clean it up. First off, you need to clean them teeth up. Yo, editor, please pause on the frame of her teeth. Oh my God, where are you from, Britain? It looks like you just been eating cinder blocks covered in shit. I ain't gonna hold you. Then you talking about yo float down there. Yo, what does that even mean? Anyways, she ends up running out of the building after us old zombie bitch is trying to mess with her. And the whole time, Pennywise just messing with her. The house was abandoned. Like that house was in the middle of Detroit. All right, my fault. I'm sorry for my Detroit natives. I know I keep calling y'all's town crappy. I can't help it. I don't know why, bro. It just sounds funny every time. But I know Detroit cool. You feel me? My fault, y'all. I'm gonna pick a city. I'm gonna pick a new city next time. I'm gonna say Baltimore. You feel me? Or Philly or something. You feel me? Now everybody done met up at this restaurant, man. Even my man Richie, even though he paranoid. And here come Beverly. Look at all these handsome guys. Beverly kind of a my fault. Yo, did she just pass out? Yo, what the fuck? Did she just kiss this man Richie in the mouth? Yo, bro, she just kissed Billy in the mouth too. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Is she just the girl that all the dudes be hitting? Now this dude Eddie is in here tweaking too. I ain't gonna lie. Bro talking about he don't remember nothing. There's like a veil over his eyes. Bro, you need to remember how to go to your therapist, bro. You in here tripping. It's the guy clown, 75 feet tall. First off, he's not 75 feet tall. I'll give him like 5'11", bro, at most. But that's besides the point. Then you talking about he's 75 feet tall with giant fangs. the fuck you think he King Kong? Godzilla? So they have a wonderful time at dinner. Look at them. They eating great food that is clearly fake. Bro, food had to suck back then. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I bet that joint tasted way worse than now. They ain't even know how to use recipes right. But I ain't gonna lie, it's cultural food, so it probably was still slapping. Now they end up finishing dinner after getting scared to death by a bunch of weird primordial creatures flying out of their fortune cookies, and they decide to meet up. Now this is the point where Mike finds out that Stanley's dead. He sliced his wrist in the bathtub. His 13th reason is being told that Pennywise was alive. Good enough for me, bro. If I got told that Pennywise was alive and I made a promise to stop him, I'd probably smoke myself too. My thing is, bro, he didn't have to smoke himself. He could have just not shown up. Anyways, we find out the reason why him and Stanley were running and why they were flying on the bike. See, my man Stan, he seen Pennywise that summer. Went in an old house, was in there after watching birds, and a mummy started coming downstairs. Bro, what the fuck? What is this? The Mummy Returns? Bro got trapped in a house with a mummy, bro. I would have lost my mind too. Man just started running. I don't even know why he went in this house. He's talking about he just kept hearing a voice whispering to him. Why would you follow the voice? Anyways, apparently Stan saw what the evil being behind the clown really looks like because he looked through the lights. Bro, they got the reminiscing about everything, and then a bunch of balloons flew out of the mini fridge, and it's Stanley's head. And he started cooking the whole gang. Bro was in there talking bad about everybody. Called Eddie a virgin, Beverly a hoe, stuttered like Billy. Then he started telepathically throwing things around the building. Bro, if you don't relax, what you Sue Storm? You just throwing stuff? He done even wrote out a transcript of something that Billy's mom made for him to help him stop stuttering. My mom gave me that to help me my stutter. Well, it ain't helping, buddy. Yo, this dude Richie is out of pocket, bro. How you hear your man say that and the first thing you say is it ain't helping? Somebody put him into jail, bro. Like real is, bro. Now my man Henry Bowers done got out, bro. Him and Belch, they on the way to smoke it. I ain't gonna lie. And you know they probably about to try to stab the black dude first. Not because he's the most, intelligent of the group about what's going on or the fact that he's such a liability. No, it's just he's black. That's it. That's the only liability that he needs. So they're having a discussion at this point about how all the adults just been ignoring stuff. Like how she went outside one time and one of the parents just walked away. How when Mike was trying to explain the history to the teacher, she didn't want to hear it. Man, the parents know what's going on. They know it's tragedies taking afoot. They just don't care because they're adults and Pennywise don't mess with adults. As soon as you hit like 18, 19, bro, he not even thinking about you no more. He's like a Orochimaru. That was crazy. My fault. Now Mike gets to telling him that he wanted to make sure Pennywise was the killer because there's been a whole string of killings recently. But he found Georgie's picture. So they know it's him. And that done made my man Billy mad. I ain't gonna lie. Now this dude Billy's wife done came down and ran straight into Pennywise, bro. He done put them lights on her and he probably about to tie her up in the cave somewhere. Now they all in the crib telling stories, but my man Richie done had enough. He said no matter how they plan things, no matter how many flashlights they got, he not trying to hear that, bro. He getting out of there. And I don't blame him. He talking about I would have got dust. Me too. Now everybody done split up for a minute. My man Michael went upstairs to his room and here come Henry stabbing him, calling him the N-word again. Now you probably thinking like, dang, he's stabbing him because he's a threat, right? Like he's a threat to Pennywise. No, because he's black. Why he called him the N-word when he did it? Been having the time of his life in the hallway while my man Mike getting stabbed. Making out with Pennywise. Out of pocket, I ain't gonna lie. Bro looked in the mirror, he had red and white makeup on his face. Pennywise talking about, kiss me, fat boy. Hey, yo, Ben, you in there tripping. Y'all need to get in there and help your mans. Henry tried to smoke his ass. Now they end up pulling this dude Henry off and bro got stabbed straight in his chest. So you know he out of here. I ain't gonna lie. Mike. Bro, y'all need to get him to a hospital ASAP because I ain't gonna lie, he got stabbed. Bro got shanked like he in the UK. Yo, how are they all fit in this little ass car? Pennywise done claimed a new victim. Smoke my man. I'm just kidding. He survived. He'll be all right. If Mike dies, there'll be 5 of us left. Yo, Beverly, we all know that. Now tell this dude Ben that you know about his poem so y'all can make out. Get a room, cuz. Now the whole gang decides that they're gonna go back to this cave, aka the tunnel, aka the sewers, aka a cave, because that's where they end up. Now it took some convincing because at first my man Richie didn't want to do it, but after everything transpired with the homie, he was like, nah, you stabbed my mans, I'm going in. Same with Billy, bro. He rallied the troops together. And yeah, it's just 5 of y'all, but y'all gonna do y'all thing. Hold on. When they first went downstairs though, they found the purse. And at first when I watched this, I'm like, whose purse is that? Then I realized this is his wife's. Audra! Bro started running around, bro. You gotta relax. Yo, being in the fetal position is not gonna help you, Billy. I'm just saying. But don't worry, the shorty Beverly hit him with a crazy pep talk. We came down here to get things done and we need you. So wake up. You and your mole. You and girl talk about my mole like that. That was crazy. So here they go back in the tunnel once again, bro. And I would think that they would have learned their lesson before. And they did. They didn't split up this time. Except for in the beginning of them walking in when he seen his wife's purse and he literally separated. But that's besides the point. Now they in the sewer, bro. and they trying to find their way to Pennywise. Yo, hold up, who done sent the boat here? Uh-oh, not Georgie. My boat, it's all your fault. You sent me outside and it killed me. It was in the drain, Bill, it was in the drain, and you gotta kill me. Bro tried to hit him with a guilt trip. Bro told him straight up, you're not dead because of me. I did not kill you, bro. So I'm not taking the blame. And I don't blame him. Yo, where is Pennywise talking to them from right now? Oh, nah, he on top of the roof. Oh, he's tweaking. How did bro get this technology? Bro head big as this, but look at his head, bro. Like he look like a light bulb with a period pad on his face. Now they're starting to realize that this man Pennywise is down here somewhere, bro. And they end up coming to this cave, bro, and it's a boss fight. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This look like the spider from Baldur's Gate 3, right? I ain't gonna hold you. Bro, it's people all tied up in spider webs and all that. Look at this nasty dude. And Beverly missing. Man, how you missing this nasty motherfucker, bro? You gotta hit him. Oh, okay, hit him in the forehead. You know what time it is. Yo, what's up with these lights, though? You got the whole squad mesmerized right now. Like, literally, I ain't gonna lie. So Beverly like, man, screw this. I gotta go do something. Now, this man, Eddie, he run up and he tried to hit it with the battery slime, aka asthma pump. But bro ain't having that. I ain't gonna lie. He straight grabbed him. Oh, my God. Oh, Lord. So Beverly done ran to go find a little silver joint. She ended up hitting this dude in the stomach where his deadlights is. Now, they realize that he's all weak, but they gotta go finish him off. That's exactly what they about to go do. You know, right after they mans died, because Eddie's dead. I ain't gonna lie. Now, they done followed him into the other room, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They got to pushing him over, and then they just started jumping him, bro. Look. Mickey. Oh, my God. Get up. Fight back. Bro, they started dogging him, bro. Ended up taking his heart out of his chest. You know he dead now. I ain't gonna lie. Unless one of them kept it as a souvenir, but hopefully that's not the case. When something that evil dies, you just let it die. But everything pretty much went back to normal after this. Ben and Beverly got married. Richie got a TV show. Wait, hold on. I think Eddie died. But that's besides the point. Everybody doing their thing, man. Except for Billy. His wife is back. She's a vegetable. He takes her for a ride on the Silver, and she somehow comes out of a vegetable state. Now, I don't have any idea how riding a bike with somebody is taking them out of a vegetable state. But you know what? Fiction is fiction, bro. You can't win them all. Anyways, he takes her on the bike, and she actually wakes up. You don't believe my eyes. Literally. Because he's impeding traffic. Like 3 cars almost hit each other because of him. But it's okay, though, because they get to live happily ever after.